hours late at night, I wake with worry on the brow. How can one little small me make a difference in this now? It's not for me to know the how or what I can do to thrive. I just take my guide's hand and understand that I'm here now to help others to rise. Just getting out for a little morning walk. Just have a little spaces around where I live that are quiet and green, especially on the weekends. There's no one around. I can just kind of play. The little fairy spaces. Find things on my morning walks. It's my little Sunday morning walk. There's a little area where I still kind of do, but I used to record our podcast episodes. Just sitting right here. There's where our deer took a little drink. Oops. It's a rose that smells so sweet. It smell delights and makes me see that all around are things so grand. I like to hold this rose in hand. This sky, it's blue, it makes me smile. There is no doubt this sky is wild, expanse so bold and such a treat. I want to walk in my bare feet. Oh, rose and sky, just make me smile. Rose and sky will be with wild. I'll smell the rose and dance the sky. It's gonna be better in the blink of an eye. Hello friends, hello and welcome to the studio. I thought we would have a little chat about just stuff, I guess. It's a new month tomorrow. I'm recording this on August 31st. Somehow August just all kind of quickly went away. What with Lionsgate and the full moon, I wasn't around much at all in August on the podcast or anywhere really for that matter. I got an ascension cold, not the other thing, but it was like something with this ascension symptoms. Many other way showers were talking about the same thing, but it felt like a cold. I still kind of have that a little bit in my throat, but I got that right at Lionsgate, like, I can't make this stuff up, but right at Lionsgate, I got, on the 8/8, I got it, everyone in my house had it to some varying degree, and for whatever reason, I guess just if you're a highly sensitive person, you know, you may relate to this, but I always seem to hold on to these things longer than everyone else. So I still have like a little cough. I still have a scratchy throat. However, I was able to record the songs on this video and all the instrumentals. So kind of taking a stab at doing all of that, like just playing around with musical stuff. I wrote the Rose and Sky song, and I'll probably be posting that whole song just because it's so much fun. So I'm just trying to have like fun with stuff, fun with things, and trying not to be too rigid in having schedules for anything that I do. Everybody here may not know me right now. This is the third season, I believe, of my YouTube channel, and it's going to be the fourth season coming up here on the TLC for the Soul podcast. But I am an author. I write channeled fiction. I'm an artist. I design and create oracle and tarot decks. I just kind of do what I guess I'm just blessed to have the freedom to kind of do whatever my soul wants to do right now. And so I'm just kind of diving into that and not being too rigid with whatever it is. However, I can say that the month of August was also maybe like late July, early August, was very productive. So I did release 3 card decks in August. One of them is the one you saw me draw from just a few seconds ago, so Shaman's Drum. And then there's Twin Hearts, and there's Bubble Bubble, which is more of like an autumn Halloween inspired deck. So I guess in kind of like a what am I working on right now theme, I think for the channel I'd like to do some little card readings, but like fun card readings. So I'm going to make them a little bit different. I'm going to keep that a surprise, but using those decks. I do like to use my books. So this is one of my books. This is kind of Fairy Wing Adventures. You can read all my ebooks for free. Those links, whenever I talk about any of my stuff, all the links are in the description of this video. But right before I came on here, I kind of just intuitively chose a card and a page in the book. And it's interesting. So I have to look at this and say, what do I most need to know right now? Why am I being shown this particular chapter, which is chapter 21. So that breaks down to a 3. The Wraith closes in. Kyanite wasn't sure if she could feel any worse, she thought, as she dropped her cell into her bag and got up to go inside. And now to plan this outing into the dark wood. How was she going to approach this with respect and dignity for the both of them? She still didn't know if Perry was the thief, although there was evidence to prove it. Kyanite still felt like she had doubts. If Perry was the thief, then she needed to draw her out and be prepared for a battle. After all, the thief had gone to the trouble of sending out a wraith, and everyone knew what a vile and deplorable creature a wraith was. It simply would not stop trying to complete its intended task until either the task was done, the wraith was eliminated, which was highly unlikely, or it was called off by its master. On the other hand, if Perry wasn't the thief, then Kyanite would need to be delicate and prepared for apologies, and the fact that Perry might never forgive her for what she had done on this day. And along with that, we got the card that I showed earlier, Great Spirit. It says, there is something greater that watches over us, ensuring all are safe. And I just feel like this has like a wider reaching message. If I'm tuning in as a light warrior, as someone is here to, like my poem in the beginning, like someone's here to serve the light, but like sometimes I'm just like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? And this feeling that, may be out there in the collective about something closing in, something, this particular chapter seems to be all about like deceptiveness and very, what is it? Seven of Swords in the tarot deck. And a lot of doubts and unsureness about what's going on, what's going to happen right now. And feeling like not really sure. But then to offset that, bigger than anything that we could imagine outside of all of the perceived chaos is this probably one of the most powerful cards in this deck, Great Spirit, which is like source, creator, God, whatever you want to call it. There is something greater that watches over us, ensuring all are safe. I think it's just a message right now for this time, because depending on where you're tuning in, there's all sorts of and I don't watch news at all anymore. I just ask to be shown what I need to be shown, and there's, certain way showers that I watch that I see that, but, it's just like, do I even need to tune into any of that to just know that I'll always be guided to whatever's most needed by me in this now. I always have a guardian angel. I always have someone watching over me to ensure that as a light warrior, or as any being, as any sentient being, that I'm as safe as I possibly can be in any given moment. And so my intention is just to stay connected to this feeling of the fact that, there's always something, some source greater than me who's taking care of things, and I don't have to get so wrapped up in all of that. I can still do my own light warrior work, which may seem mundane at times or may seem magical at times. And that's a part of the reason, I'm trying to stay present, is just because there is magic in the mundane things that happen every day. And sometimes I wake up in the mornings lately and I feel like I'm on that Groundhog Day movie. Like every day I wake up, I kind of do the same tasks. So I just try to mix up my day. And I am very, very blessed to have the freedom to have my own business and to work for myself and to make and have the time to make all these wonderful creations for all of you. I did my dues, I guess, in the corporate world and in the outside world and in the 3D matrix for a very, very long time. I've done a lot of healing work over the past many, many years. And I think that it's just, hopefully, I'm hearing the message correctly, that it's my time to just be able to do what I want to do and not have to serve anyone else's agendas. So, and that's anyone else in this world and anyone else in the spirit world, because sometimes we can connect with certain energies who I feel like they are here to support, but they also have agendas and things that they're trying to work on too for their light work, and we can get all caught up in that. And I think, maybe my channel got a little bit caught up in that this past season, and I feel like I'm out of that now, and I'm no longer, I'm kind of answering to the beat of my own drummer now. And so this month in September, there's going to be some much needed changes for myself on the channel, and I'm hoping that if you stick with me and you follow the channel and all that, you'll kind of see more fun and more things coming in, more creativity coming in. deer on the other side of this little space. Oh, there's one staring at me right now. Oh, I don't know if I can capture him. It's right in there. She's so close. Yeah, she's right in there. Try not to scare. I'm working with the spirit totem for September of the rose. So you're going to start to see the rose show up in a lot of work coming out this month. And I'm just trying to try to stick to one totem and kind of go narrow and deep with that totem. And we already have the song Rose and Sky that showed up a little bit in this video. And I'm also working on the third book in the Soulmate series, Rose and Sky. Oh, I don't know why they have the same name, but Rose and Sky, which is a continuation of the story of Chanda Rose and Sky Monroe. And hopefully, if I keep writing every day, like I've been doing my channeling every day and writing a chapter every day, then I'm back in that practice. Then Rose and Sky hopefully should be out very soon. So I guess that's really all I have to share. It's just, there's not a whole lot of excitement in living a simple, magical life. There are moments that are very exciting, but most of the time for me, it's very, very quiet. There's a lot of time spent listening, a lot of time spent feeling into my creative work and what I want to work on, because it has to feel good to me, it has to feel fun, it has to light up my heart and my soul. And there's just a lot of time spent outdoors, like just right around where I live. I don't really go out into the 3D world at all, very much. It's very, very tiring to do that. If I go out for a day and kind of shop or whatever, it's just, takes some time to raise the vibration back up again. So, I just am living that like that shaman's hut life that I talk about, where, I'm just kind of, I don't know, just kind of being me, being the best light warrior I can be, being the best artist and author and mom, dog mom and son mom that I can be, and just knowing that there is something greater that watches over us all, ensuring all are safe. I'm on the right path, you're on the right path, and we just have to trust that we're going to be shown whatever we need to be shown at any given moment in time. So that's kind of how I keep my spirits high, and I plug in all the time to the spirit world and all of my guides, and just, they help me stay high vibe, which is where I like to be. I like to be in a very magical, ethereal space. I use my psychic gifts in everything, not just to try to see into my future life, but just to see what's going on around me, any messages I need to know. I just am always wanting to dive deeper into that part of life. That's just how I live. It's just what lights me up. Spirituality and art and music and hanging out with my soul family, that's what lights me up. So I did have a thing on the channel at one point called The Mundane and the Magical, and that's how I feel like this life may seem maybe kind of boring to you, or maybe you think that it would be like really cool to be able to, do this, and you're seeking your own spiritual calling, and what would work for you. And right now, this is what works for me. I like to get wrapped up in my stories that I write and wrapped up in my work, and also balance that out with, just trying to stay fit and do fitness stuff and eat well and rest when I need to rest and hang out with those that need me when I have filled my cup. So that includes you all. I'm glad that you've joined me here, and I think I've talked long enough. I'm looking forward to an exciting month ahead, and hopefully you will decide to join me here on the channel and see what's going to come up. It'll be more fun, I promise, than me sitting down and talking to the camera. So I want to thank you all for joining me here, and we will talk to y'all again soon. Take care.